for us, what brought you here this time, you as a cinema producer?
Thank you very much. Thank you for the invitation. I'm Kunda Nlaba. I'm a film producer, I'm a film director, I am a screenwriter, I am also a political scientist, and I'm a film professor. So with my film production company, Bizizi-Cine Kongo, we produce Afro-centric films, and we produce a documentary, The Kingdom of Congo, that we're gonna premiere here in Rwanda, in Angola this year. And I have a film distribution company, Africa Bizizi Distribution, which focuses on distributing African films. So Africa Bizizi Distribution is the one which brings this documentary here in Angola, the Kingdom of Congo in Search of the Destroyed Kingdom. And I run a film institute called Congo Bizizi Academy, which is the Pan-African Film Institute, which teaches film and here in Africa, and especially in the big Congo. I call it the big Congo: Angola, the Republic Democratic of Congo, and the Congo, Brazzaville, Gabon, Cameroon, etc. So this is a little bit about the activities I do. So I came here in Angola this time to do the premiere of my documentary about the Kingdom of Congo, called Kingdom of Congo in Search of the Destroyed Kingdom, which will be premiere here in Rwanda on the 26th of June at 4 p.m. at the Mediateca de Rwanda, and then we will have a private screening on the 2nd of July here in Rwanda at the Memorial Agostino Neto.
So you did everything by yourself? You said you are a movie producer and screenplay in this cinema. So you did everything by yourself. So you didn't have any support, any other collaboration or something?
To be honest, in terms of the team, I did work with the people, because the film is, a work which involves a lot of people, technically, etc. But in terms of, let's speak financially, I haven't been able to get some funds to be able to make this documentary. We tried our best as we could, in terms of contacting people, authorities, etc. But we were not able to get the support. But we've been able to produce, as we did with my other documentary, Kimpa Vita, the mother of the African Revolution, which was produced with our own small budget. But that's what we're facing. That's the challenges we have here in the African film industry, because we don't have the funds. We don't have any special fund for films in our countries, especially here in Angola and in Congo as well. So this is what affects our film industry. This is what affects our films. In terms of the finance, it doesn't have to be only the governments, but we have the people. We have our Angolan brothers and sisters who have a lot of money, who can invest that in film as well. So even in Congo, that's the same thing. So it's not only about the government, but we have individuals who can support the film industry, because the film industry involves a lot of things. We need a lot of money, to be able to get the equipment that we need. We need money to be able to pay the actors, the transport, etc. So it involves a lot of things. So people, when they invest in the film industry, it will be a good investment. They can get the money back. At the same time, it is about promoting our culture, our history, etc. We see, for example, some countries like the US with Hollywood. They support their films through Hollywood. They've been able to promote America. If people today, they dream about America, the dream about going to the US is more based on the films they watch. The dreaming about going to Los Angeles, Miami, etc. So the promotion of those cities came through the films, and Chinese people, they did the same thing. They promote China through martial arts films that we've been watching in the 90s, etc. So, and Indian people, they're doing the same thing, and we have Brazilian people who do the same thing, and Latin America, they do the same thing with novellas that we watch, etc. today, and we have Europe, we did the same thing. We have the United Kingdom, we do the same thing with the film like James Bond, for example. So it's a way of promoting their culture. It is a way of promoting their institutions, and the way of promoting the life of their countries. But we can do the same thing as African filmmakers. We have this possibility, we have this ability to do like other people. We just need the support. So unfortunately for this documentary, we couldn't get any support to be able to do it, but we managed to do it with the small amount of money we had. And in terms of the province of Zaire, we've been able to get the institutional support only. That's what we've been able to do. So just to facilitate us to be able to do the work in the province to film. So this is the only thing we could get from the province.
So tell us, talking about the kingdom of Kongo is a really big issue, right? So first, what was your motivation first, and where did you get the sources from to develop this project, this huge project, talking about really very interesting, as we know, talking about the kingdom of Congo. We really is a serious, really movie, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, in terms of the motivation, I had many motivations. The first one, I can say, I am from the Kingdom of Congo myself. So, and I am a prince of the Kingdom of Congo. So that's what what drove me to be able to make this documentary, because I feel that I have this responsibility as a film director. I have this responsibility to tell stories to the public, but I have to take the opportunity with the tools I have to be able to tell the story of our kingdoms, which is less known by the public, and especially the public from our kingdom, our big kingdom of Congo. I mean, from Angola, from Congo, from Cameroon, Gabon, etc. So even those people, they don't even know a lot about our history. So that's why I thought it is very important to speak about this great kingdom, because the Kingdom of Congo made a great contribution in the history and in the humanity. So as the story is less known, I think that it deserves to be known by the public of Africa and the public of the world as well. So this is the first motivation. And also, when I did my documentary about Kimpa Vita, called Kimpa Vita, the Mother of the African Revolution, I spoke a little bit about the Kingdom of Congo. But because the documentary was focused on Kimpa Vita, so I didn't have enough time to be able, to expand this, knowledge about the Kingdom of Congo. So that's why I thought about, taking more time, doing more research, to be able to tell a story about the Kingdom of Congo, where people can get more information, especially in terms of the creation of the Kingdom of Congo, in terms of the origin of the Congo people, in terms of the migration that happened in the past, in terms of the institutions that existed in the Kingdom of Congo, the organization of the Kingdom of Congo, how the Kingdom of Congo was developed. And again, our stories were told in the past mostly by the colonialists, by European people who have been able to tell our stories through books and through some sources. I think people deserve to hear from Congo people or from African people. So they need to get the version of Congo people. We need to tell it in our own perspective. So that's why I thought about making this documentary, really. So those are the motivations, I can say, in general. But apart from that, if we have to talk about the sources, I use many sources, and I use mostly the source from our historians, the Congo historians. For example, we have Bachikama Bamampuya Mandwala, which was an historian and a sociologist who wrote about the Kingdom of Congo. And we have his grandson, Patricio Bachikama, who wrote some books as well about the Kingdom of Congo. We have, Makisosila Mawete Makisosila, who lives in France, who speaks a lot about the Kingdom of Congo, who's writing about the Kingdom of Congo as well. I had the time to consult them, to discuss with them, and they've been part of my documentary about Kimpa Vita, so they made a contribution already. So we built a relationship, so we had to discuss about it beforehand. And apart from that, we've been able to use the oral tradition, which is something that we can't neglect because it's very important. And because even people who write books, etc., they always use the oral tradition as well, because they must go somewhere to get the story to tell to the people. So we use the oral tradition as well, and we went to the city of Mbanza, Kongo, which is currently in Angola. And Mbanza, Kongo, as you know, was the capital of the great Kingdom of Congo. And so we went there, we met some people there, we did the research in Mbanza, Kongo. We had to meet the traditional authorities in Mbanza, Congo, in Lumbu. And we went to the Museum of the Kingdom of Congo, the Museum of Congo Kings, which exists in Mbanza, Congo, in the city of Mbanza, Congo. We had the opportunity to visit the first Christian church built in sub-Saharan Africa, which is in Mbanza, Congo, that people know in the name of Kulumbimbi. And we had to visit the tombs of the Congo Kings, which exist in Mbanza, Congo as well. So we did all of that to be able to put the story together, to be able to tell to the public, because this documentary is a travel documentary, is an historical documentary. So we're going to search this kingdom, so which means we are today in today, and we're speaking about the past through the creation of the Kingdom of Congo, through the development of the Kingdom of Congo, through the origin even of the Congo, the Kingdom of Congo, and at the same time, so we are visiting the sites that I spoke about, and we film in Rwanda here as well, because Rwanda was part of the Kingdom of Congo as well, and so that's what we try to cover in this documentary.
So to finish, maybe you have anything to add before we close this interview?
Yeah, I think I'll just call our Angolan brothers and sisters to come on the 26th of June at 4 p.m. at the Mediateca de Luanda to come to discover the documentary about the Kingdom of Congo, because I'm not going to be able to tell you everything here on this show, but I would like to invite you to come and to be able to learn more about the Kingdom of Congo. And we have another screening on the 2nd of July at 4 p.m. as well at the Memorial Agostino Neto, which will be a private one. But the 26th of June at 4 p.m. at the Mediateca will be open to all the public.
So, Kunda Nlaba, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Merci beaucoup.
C'est moi qui vous remercie.
Oui, oui.